Hey, from Bug Eye Guy, this is a very wonderful 67 MGB we have for sale, and I'll take you on a quick tour of this car. It's got really nice panel gaps. It was a great restoration. It's a beautiful paint job, and black and burgundy, you just can't beat it. It's one of the nicest color combinations, I think, on any of the MGBs. This car was restored a while ago. It still looks pretty much brand new. It's not a perfect car, it's not a concours restoration, but that said, it's a beautiful car that will win trophies at shows. It's that nice. You can see how perfect the interior is. Again, there is a tiny ding on the dashboard, on the glove box. And the finish is quite good, that crackle finish, but the leather is beautiful, the carpet's new, the top is new, the panels are really nice. This is just a very, very nice, drivable, usable, showable MGB. And it has a correct engine that's verified by the Heritage Certificate. It's a 5-main bearing 18 GB engine. Those are the correct original air filters. And it's just nicely set up, clean in the engine bay. I don't think there are many miles on this car. It has new master cylinders. The bonnet and boot are beautiful. The lids are not all tweaked, and it's just, you know, a lot of these 67Bs have been pretty well beat up. They've been driven high mileage and they're worn out in some ways. They're kind of played out. That's been my experience. A lot of these metal dash Bs are just, they're older. But this is not that way. This is a tight car. It drives really well. We just put in new front shocks. It has very few items on its punch list. There is one little scratch on the windshield. I don't think there's a thermostat in the car, so that's easy to fix. Other things this car needs, the tachometer is ready to be rebuilt if that matters to you. I'm shifting by ear. It doesn't really bother me, but it's reading too high. That may be because the Pertronix ignition was put in for electronic ignition, and then the tach needs to be rebuilt to mate with that. But again, those are little things. The important stuff is all there. This is a very solid car. The floors are great. The castle rails are great. The rocker panels are great. It's all been addressed, so you don't have to. You can see me driving in this car. It's at a really nice drive. I apologize for the video quality because the camera is clipped to the top frame, which is not very rigid, so they're not supposed to be, and the camera is shaking a bit. But the car doesn't shake, and it's a lot of fun to drive. Another thing, I noticed that the choke assembly is mounted to the left of the fuel gauge. That's where you would have the overdrive switch. This is a non-overdrive transmission. It's a 3-synchro original correct gearbox for a 67 car. It's just that the choke's in the wrong place. Again, if that sort of thing bothers you, it's very easy to change. The light switch is in the choke hole now. That's right above the combo gauge. And we can fix that, you can fix that, you could leave that. It just depends on who ends up with this car, how fussy they are. Again, I can't overemphasize that what's important here is that you have a very, very solid car with a beautiful paint job in one of the most desirable color combinations with the correct engine as verified by a Heritage Certificate. And this is such an iconic sports car. It seems like every collector either started with these cars, like me, it was my first car, or has one of these. Like me, I have one in my collection. I have a 67B, and I just always come back to that car even though I've owned a lot of different kinds of cars. So, thanks for coming for a drive in this MGB, and have a great day.